So, you've heard about this Silksong that everyone keeps going on about, and thought you'd try a hand at the original. Great. Then you've played it for an hour, got lost, died 37 times, don't know where you're supposed to go, turned the game off, and haven't been back to it in 4 months. Not so great. For a large percentage of players, this is their entire experience with Hollow Knight, which is a shame, because this game is musically and visually beautiful, gratifyingly rewarding, and has immense depth for those committed to taking the plunge. But before we get to all of that, there's this hurdle that we need to get over first. And that just happens to be where I come in. My name's Hill, and you might know me from here.
Ah, hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins. Don't mind me.
Here. Or here. Okay, probably not there. And me and my 1,000 plus hours of no-hitting Hollow Knight experience are here to share the 7 things I wish I knew when I started Hollow Knight. I'm going to do my best to keep info about the game as spoiler-free as possible. Everything you see in the next few minutes will be from as early in the game as I can keep it. Right then, thing number 1. Hollow Knight is about exploration, and to get around, you'll be helped massively by these 3 things, all available almost as soon as you start. This happy chappy will help you out with a map of the first area. Once you've grabbed it, the shop will open up in Dirtmouth, and Zelda will sell you lots of handy mapping supplies. The ones I recommend as a matter of priority are the Quill. This'll fill in areas you've explored each time you sit on a bench, and the most OP charm in the game, Wayward Compass, that will show you exactly where you are on the map when you have it equipped. With these 3 parts of the mapping Triforce combined, you can get nicely into the rhythm of the game. You check your map for places you haven't been, see if it leads to somewhere or something, or see if it's somewhere that you need to come back to once a relevant ability is unlocked. Lather, explore, rinse, repeat. Okay, let's rip the band-aid off. By design, Hollow Knight is hard. The enemies, bosses, and the areas themselves are designed to be challenging. The rest of this video is filled with tips and tricks to help you manage that challenge, but the best thing you can do to help your enjoyment of the game is to relax and to accept the fact that you are going to die a lot. And it'll be like a huge weight has been lifted. In my first playthrough of the game, it took me countless deaths before I got past even the first boss. And now I've beaten the game without taking any damage. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. There's a whole video, you can go watch it, but play the game yourself first. Then, okay. It'll take time, but you will improve, and I promise, the more difficulty you experience, the more rewarding it is when you overcome it. Okay, Mr. Internet Man, that's all well and good. I can relax when I'm killed, but what have you got for me that'll actually help? Okay, actual usable tips coming up. Starting with... It sounds obvious, right? You collect Geo, so the best thing to do is spend it.
Well, duh.
But here's the thing. If you die, your Shade keeps hold of your Geo for you until you come back and collect it off them. But if you die on your way there, to get it back, then the Geo they were holding is gone forever. No takey backsies, no refunds, no passing go and collecting £200, gone. So spend it. There are plenty of places early doors to splash the cash, with some extremely useful things on offer. Later on in the game, you get showered with the stuff, but early game Geo is super precious, so make sure you put it to good use. Don't let your Shade take it to the great geocache in the sky. If only this game had a bank. Also, if you've got to this point in the video, I'm guessing you like what you see, so you may as well subscribe. Don't worry, I'll give you a few seconds to go do it. Done? Cool. No, not an actual pogo stick, as cool as that would be, but the next best thing. Swinging your nail against stuff in this game knocks the vessel back a little bit, which can be extremely useful. If you swing at something from above, you get knocked back, except now back is upwards. Excellent for whacking enemies upside the head, getting multiple hits on bosses, and can also be used to traverse otherwise untraversable parts of the environment. There's a lot of things it doesn't work on, however, so have a play around and discover for yourself what Pogo-ing can do for you. One for the boss fights, mainly, but can certainly apply to certain standard enemies too. Healing is great, but it takes about 5 to 7 working days for delivery, so when in said boss fights, if you're healing as a reaction to taking damage, also known as the panic heal, one of 3 things will happen. 1. You'll get the heal off fine and continue the fight with your health restored. Great. 2. You'll get the heal off, but because you stood perfectly still, you immediately get hit afterwards, taking damage again, so you're exactly where you started, except you've wasted some of your precious soul. Not so great. 3. You press the focus button to heal, remain completely motionless and take damage before you even get the heal off. Now you're down 2 health and you've wasted soul. Very not so great. So when do I heal? Alright, okay. Basically, when you have the time. Many bosses are stunned for periods of time during their fights, and these are perfect windows to get 1, 2, or even 3 heals off, while the boss can do nothing about it. Otherwise, find gaps in their attacks that are long enough, or at least where you can stay in a safe spot long enough to get a heal off. Focus more on learning their attacks and how to dodge them, which might mean a couple quicker deaths early on, but you'll improve far, far quicker. There are 2 types of attack in Hollow Knight, and one of them gets significantly overlooked by new players and old players alike, and that is spells. There's a few different spells to be collected in the game, one of which is insanely strong if used correctly, all of which are cast using the focus button, except don't use the focus button to cast spells, that's stupid. Use the quick cast button instead. It's quicker, would you believe? Don't know why there are 2 of them, but here we are.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Spells are good. Use them. That's it. That's the tweet. And the last tip is me. I have a channel full, I know, cheesy. I have a channel full of guides and resources for Hollow Knight. Specifically, if you're a new player, this 1 tip for every boss video might be for you. If you do feel stuck on a boss, pop the video on, check the tip for that boss, and see if it helps. I'm always in the comments of videos too, so if there's something specific you need help with like a more in-depth boss of the boss guides, or anything else, let me know. Perfect outro. There was a sloth in this one, guys. Laters.